Hey everybody, welcome to HopCast.
Thanks for coming back, everybody.
I'm Chmielewski.
My name is Ken Hunnemeder.
And this is episode 162.
And possibly our last.
We could die after this.
We are going to be doing something very special today. We're digging deep into Brad's cellar here, and we have 10 years of Hair the Dog Doggie Claws, which is their barley wine, their holiday seasonal.
Yes, it's hopped up barley wine.
And one of your favorite beers.
Yeah, I love this beer fresh. As it ages, I don't love it as much, but fresh has the hoppy, that characteristic I love.
Oh, good. Well, then
So
let's
we'll
drink some from 2002.
That'd be terrible. But we're going to see how it ages throughout.
Okay, well, we may as well get right into this because it might take a little while. So let's get to cracking.
I think we're going to start from the beginning, or start from
We'll start
new.
fresh, and that way we can have an idea of what it's supposed to taste like, and then see how it ages from there. All right.
So you're gonna pour 2011, and I'll pour the 2010.
We're expecting some gushers at some point.
And a couple of these had a lot of sediment. These two guys right here.
Yeah, almost an inch worth, which is not something you normally see. So straight off the bat, you're looking at 2011 being a ton darker.
Yeah.
They both had quite a bit of carbonation, which is a good sign. Mine is smelling actually pretty mellow. Supposed to be a pretty hoppy barley wine. This comes in at 70 IBUs,
yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
And each one of these should be about 11.5%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in.
Yeah. All right.
This tastes nice. It's got the little hop bite at the end. It's pretty sweet.
Mine has a major hop bite.
Okay.
Obviously, this one came out maybe a month ago, I'd say.
Yeah, I think they're released in November.
Okay.
January, so a couple
So
months.
month or two. So this one is still screaming with the hops.
Let me try.
It's got a nice malt backbone, but it's very much hop forward. Yeah, this one still has quite a bit of hops in it.
Yeah, it has the bite at the end, but this has more, I think, floral hop throughout.
Mm-hmm. This one is very much bitter just in the finish.
I think out of these two, I'm like in the 10, a little better.
I am with you on that. It's just maybe a little bit more balanced. There's also like a nice acidic quality in this, which is not an infection, but works quite well with like all the different, that kind of astringent hop character and some of the acid play really well.
Mm-hmm. And that one just 11. I wonder if it's a different malt because it does feel a little heavier.
Well, it's got to be different.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't
with
have
the
any more of
color.
this, but yeah, straight off the color, they're using different specialty malts for sure. So, I'm not super familiar with how they do these, whether it's supposed to change every year or he's just kind of going to whatever is coming off the top of his head at the time.
Right. I'm sure he knows the recipe. And he's like, well, I need that, I need that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're just gonna keep plowing through these, and then we'll pass them to the audience here. So I've got 2008 here.
Yeah, no surprise. This is one of the biggest audiences we've had in a while.
Right.
I think they smelled it from a block away.
So still had carbonation when I opened that one. That one's got a lot.
Yeah, so their seals have been great thus far. Not losing any gas out of the beer.
I think these are a little lighter than 11, but a tad darker. But
Yeah,
more
probably
clear.
in between the two.
Yeah.
No, I can't even keep it straight anymore. We're
So-
starting to gush a little bit
yeah.
here. I'm just gonna go ahead and cork that.
So you got the 9.
9, and you have 8.
8.
Starting to show some signs of age on the 9.
Yeah, I got it on the 8. I've almost lost all the hops.
Mine's the 9 is still has a subtle hop. It's fairly present, but I mean nowhere near what we were drinking before. Thank you, Charles. We knew it would happen.
A little beer shower.
I'm not opposed. I hope your iPhone's not. Okay. So we thought it'd happen. Did you switch on me? Am I doing 8?
So that's 8 now.
Okay. Yeah, so they're starting to get a little bit of cardboard action in there.
Wow, 9's really sweet.
I have 8 right now, right?
Yeah.
I feel like this one is pretty sweet.
Maybe our palates are adjusting now, and like.
I'm with you on the fact that I think the hops are almost gone at this point, out of 3-4 years of age.
Still tasting good, but they're both much sweeter than the previous years.
Yeah, I think it's really good. Not too much on the oxidation to the point where you're constantly thinking about it, but you can detect it. And it's not cloyingly sweet. It's pleasantly malty. So I'm not offended by it at all. I think it's aging quite nicely thus far.
Yeah, just a little overcarbonation. And
Yeah.
Here.
There we go. That'll work. Okay. Moving along. Okay, so 2007.
And 2006.
Maintaining a nice bit of clarity on these beers, too. Have we gotten to... All right, you have the one that has the major sediment bomb at the bottom.
Yeah, it's got like almost like a finger sediment there.
But top of the beer is still pretty clear.
Yeah.
Towards that bottom, it's going to get nice and chunky.
What was that, the 2009? Like that's
9. Nice and murky.
Murky. You see all the stuff in there floating around, just waiting to settle.
All right. Oxidation becoming a little bit more and more apparent as we go.
Yeah, I'm not.
The raisin dark fruit character is starting to pop out a lot more on the 2007.
You're getting some dark fruit, but I feel like this one's missing a lot of flavor.
I really like the 7. I think that's fantastic. Let's see what you think.
Yeah, that sweetness isn't as in our previous two. It's not as sweet as that. It's kind of like a nice balance coming down.
So I have this 6 right now, and the aroma on this one is completely different than the other beers that we've tried thus far.
7 was nice. 6, I didn't care for that.
Oh wow, this is very sweet. Missing a lot of carbonation.
Yeah, we only had that had a little bit of the overly carbonated one in there still, but
yeah, this one almost is completely flat at this point. It's drinking almost like an after dinner liqueur. It's becoming so sweet, and you know the fact that the mouthfeel is similar to that without any of the presence of carbonation.
I wonder if we might see that in the next one. I wonder if that's the sediment's all at the bottom now because the carbonation's kind of falling out, or kind of.
I wouldn't think that those two would be directly related. Your loss of carbonation is just going to be straight out of the cap. So, and I don't know how they do things these days, but I know back when these were bottled, they're all hand bottled, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Probably, yeah.
Just and you've seen the operation out there. It's very small. It's kind of
it's like a garage.
dude
Or
in
it
his
was a garage, yeah.
So, I mean, these things are going to happen if you're sitting there hand bottling stuff. You're going to get some mishaps. So
And
we might be.
And your 2006 could be totally different since it probably was hand bottled.
Right. So yeah, exactly. You might run into a few bottles that are great, some that are not. That's just what's going to happen with small.
And most of these have been sitting in my cellar properly for the last couple of years now. I don't know.
Properly? Really? Okay.
Oh.
Take your word for it. Your cellar sucks, man. All right. 05 and 04. I'm starting to get lightheaded. There's a lot of sugar in the back of my throat. I can't even talk anymore.
Oh, that's still,
Exactly.
That still had a lot of carbonation.
Yeah, this one looks pretty good.
Looks all right. Definitely back getting darker again.
Here we go. Oh, this is a major rager here. I'm noticing here on these beers that we've kind of hit a plateau mark with the oxidation level, where it's still apparent, but it's not getting any worse. So I think that's a good sign.
Right, because we have had some Hair of the Dog beers where they're just totally oxidized and it's bad, and then can't even drink them.
Right, and that's going to happen when you're starting to age, especially hand bottled beers for 6-7+ years.
Yeah.
This is what came out of that gusher from the 2005, and it looks like homebrew because there's just you can see hop particles in there. It's super yeasty.
Yeah, it's like a milkshake.
Right. I'm not going to drink it again, but I did before, and it's really sweet. And this was one of the beers that had that really thick layer of sediments on the bottom. So, I mean, once that starts gushing, it kind of mixes all up in the beer.
Yeah.
But we got some samples beforehand, and they're still looking pretty brilliant. Nice ruby color. Yours is a little bit darker here.
Darker again.
But along the same lines.
I'm liking 2004.
5 is nice. It's accentuating again as you would expect with the age. You're going to get more of the really deep, dark, fruity character coming out.
Yeah, the 5's a lot fruitier, and I thought 4 was a sweet, clean.
04, I'm not really getting much by the way of the aroma. It's not as impressive as some of the previous beers. Yeah, carbonation level on 4 is low as well.
But it tasted really, it was smooth. I thought, what was it, 6 was low carbonation and just didn't taste very good. But 4 is low carbonation and just seems smooth.
Yeah, I mean it's like almost drinking port sugary at this point. And I like port, so this is good.
Yeah, I'll drink that. All right, Ken. One of the last 2 we did this shit.
Yeah.
Woo! It's all for you guys. All right, 2003.
So 3. I'm scared now.
Yeah, you've had both gushers.
This one looks like it might not have any carbonation whatsoever. Might be wrong. Beautiful color on this one. Really like deep crimson ruby.
2002 might be the lightest, or it almost matches the.
10 was probably the lightest we had. I think that's more in line with 9.
Okay.
So like 9 was in between. 11 was really dark. 9 was very light, and this is probably somewhere in between.
Mm-hmm. Again, both good amount of carbonation in there.
Mm-hmm. Wow. This might be my favorite of the bunch.
2003.
Yeah, 3 almost has, unless I'm just used to it at this point, but I'm not detecting any oxidation at all.
I'm just drunk.
Well,
2, I think, has a lot of cardboard.
yeah.
And again, it's missing that raisin dark fruit.
Oh, there's a ton of it in here. Beautiful carbonation level on that one. The aroma's not fantastic on 3, but I think you'll like the flavor. Yeah, aroma on 2002 is falling flat.
Yeah, the aroma on 3 smells like kind of farts.
Which kind of farts? Yeah, I think 2 is my least favorite.
Yeah, 2 is just missing. Well, it was his second year brewing that beer, because 2001 was the first bottle that we don't have.
You suck.
Total fail.
It has like a weird metallic, minerally tinge to it.
So maybe he was still trying to find it, fine-tune the recipe and get it right.
He even fine-tuned the label.
Yeah. So it's like, we should have just got rid of that one altogether. No red labels allowed. But yeah, 3 is really nice.
Yeah, I like that one. I'm quite surprised how well this beer aged.
Yeah, I was expecting us to have like throwaways in here. There's a couple that are just not great.
I think probably 2 is the only one that I would throw away.
Yeah. But yeah, 3 is really, I think, 3 and then the fresh, or the 2 fresh ones.
And there was somewhere around here. At this point, it's like 2007 or something like that was a hit. So I mean, fresh is always good. Always like that beer fresh. My standouts were probably 3, somewhere in the 7 range, and then I like the fresh a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe we'll do some experimentation with blending and stuff too, which is always fun. So if you're an avid viewer,
take the 2003 with the 11, and
let's do that right now.
We'll get both of the best worlds here.
If you've watched the HopCast before, you might know that we do like to do, when we're doing our verticals, we like to blend them. So take some of the old and some of the new. And so sometimes some of the things that you don't like about an old beer can be, like the old beer can be awoken by a new beer if you just add some of that fresh quality to it. So you're kind of getting like the best of both worlds.
Yeah, I'm sure those hops are going to pick it up a little bit.
I think that's fantastic.
That's the winner, 2003 and 2011.
Because what's great about it is you get that kind of like nice, really smooth, rounded, malty flavor, and then just the liveliness of some, fresh hopping. Really.
But I guess that's coming close to our 2010 that we liked. They're all starting to run together.
What I would attribute it to is when you're like, you would add like fresh lemon zest to a dish to kind of like make the flavors brighter. And that's kind of the idea behind blending, and you can experiment with that as much as you want. I think it's fun. If you don't, then don't do it. But it's kind of a fun thing to experiment with.
Yeah, especially if you can not drink your beers and keep them in the cellar.
But yeah, it was a fun little ride that we had here. Glad you came along with us.
Yeah, I think our biggest vertical yet.
Yeah, this one was pretty great. So I thank you for that. You're the one who had all the beer in the cellar.
Thank you for family in Portland for sending many.
Cheers.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Family.
And we are officially Doggie Claws.
HopCast got Doggie Claws.
And this is the first episode of the night, and so tune in for next week, because things are going to get, we'll pick up from here.
You know how it goes.
Thanks for watching.
Cheers.